So I've been living out of my car or a backpack now for 9 days, and I'm starting to finally get tired of it, and we'll be heading home. So I'm finishing up my trip, as I do with most of my trips to the Southwest here in Sedona. So my trip began a few days before the eclipse. And my reason for doing that was to get outside of my own kind of head and world, my office, my home, my relationship. My routines are all in the same place. So left a few days early and had some time alone. It was lovely and really got me in touch with the depth that was cracked open by this eclipse, which then I used all of that open energy for the next 5 days hiking around the Grand Canyon. Whew. So now I'm feeling kind of my life coming back to me, my day-to-day life. And the goal in going out on these trips and these journeys is to go retrieve pieces of myself that, while they haven't been stolen or taken, I simply wasn't accessing them in the same way for whatever reason. Maybe I had a painful experience, or maybe I just got scared, or maybe I just got overwhelmed. It does happen, and then kind of gave up on things. To me, this trip is like a psychedelic journey. And I open up to certain things, and then I have new realizations about how reality works, or how I work, about my psychology works. And so if I come home or back to my day-to-day and I just kind of jump right back in, right off the trail, then there's a backlog effect where I am not as effective as I'd like to be at integrating the gifts that have come to me. So I come out here and I practice with myself, and I remind myself of the new course that I want to chart, because I became aware of parts of myself that were deciding without me thinking about it. That's the unconscious. Remind yourself what's good. Remind yourself of what you want. Tell yourself you can have it, especially when you disagree. Remind yourself that you can have what's good. Point is that the things that come to you, the important messages, write them down. Remind yourself of them. Record yourself talking about them. When you pray and you meditate, when you talk to God or you listen to God, the answers will come to you. And it's your job to write it down, to record it somehow, to pattern it into your day-to-day life so that you integrate the lessons. Because the other stuff that's there has been programmed over and over and over again to be a habit, almost a ritual. And you're not in charge of that part. It's fine. Let it go. That stuff happened since the day you were born, probably longer before that. So take your time. If you only get one thing right, do that thing. Don't try to do 20 things, just one at a time. You're very loved and you're very supported. So keep track of what you're being told, because it's really good information. I love you.